So, a couple of things. Number one, the following is a list of videos where you can go and watch where I am not negative. I'm not ranting. I am not complaining. I am not even making fun. I am enjoying the story immensely. However, these will all have to be watched by you to prove the point. They are Power Rangers, Defenders of Gaia, where I spend minutes explaining why I love about Power Rangers. The Road Home, where I also begin to explain what is fun and awesome about Nyx. Or for Fandom Fridays, Step Brother Stitch, which, in fact, is a fun and enjoyable romp that features a crossover between Phineas and Ferb and Kim Possible. All of these and more are fics that I enjoyed reading. However, the only reason why anybody would think, I'm only being negative. Oh, he's only negative. Oh, he's spreading negativity, would be if you never, ever read the rest of my stuff, seen the other videos, or have just focused on only the times I've ever riffed, which seems to be a lot of you. Seems to be a lot of you people out there who leave behind these negative comments. You go on, say all those things about commenting and why are you only complaining. To those people, I would like to say this. When you look through shit and you look for shit, you're gonna find shit. So I'm going to do my best and help you look for the enjoyable fun fics out there that I read. So that way you don't have to spend the next 35, 45, an hour or so listening to me rant. Second of all, you try making fun of dialogue in the comics, remember, you are actually making fun of the lines of the professionals, and I have a feeling none of you actually know what quality is. Number 3, anonymous reviews on my fanfiction.net pages will get deleted. I will delete them. Because if you're going to review, have the balls to actually use your real account names rather than a guest review. And yes, I have that set. Number 4. Remember, you clicked on this, so thus, this is all on you. And number 5. And this is to our dear friend Mikey. Oh, I am going to miss this in about a few chapters from now. I really will. Okay. That's a fucking lie. I'm not going to miss your comments in about 5 chapters. To the rest of you, welcome back to, and I don't think I'm going to even pretend anymore, the Technus Imperative Issue 2. Orion hears this, and his rage is unfathomable. As he lets out a growl, you brought the entire JLA to this island in order to save a handful of children? By the High Father, this is how you introduce a world in crisis! As I understand it, Orion, they are not merely children. They are the Titans, proteges of many you see here. Then if they are warriors, let them fend for themselves! Thanks to the construct which has swallowed your moon, your planet hangs upon the precipice of destruction. If this island is its foothold on Earth, either we annihilate it, or we be dispersed to the global calamities which it plays host. Huntress can only frown as he listens to the rant. You're right, Steel. I can see it. There is some kind of energy field down there. The entire planet suffers dangerous tides, earthquakes, and technological difficulties beyond its ability to withstand. No general wishes to lose soldiers in battle, but here, better to abandon than no battle than to lose the war. You are technically correct, Orion. Now, Let's save the hostages. Is it a force field steal? Can I just read that again from Batman? You're technically correct, Orion. Now, let's save the hostages. Is it a force field steal? That's right. Batman's first thought is it to abandon a battle. There are people down there in need of help. He's going to do all he can to save them. Because that's who Batman is. He's going to work hard to save everyone first, beat up the jerks later. Why is this a hard thing to comprehend? Probably. If you're right about that thing that's kept on the moon, Batman, it actually has a faded Titan's island, it would want to protect its hardware, at least till it can simulate the island. Wonder Woman looks on. And perhaps the children? Provided that it's its goal, which should be my educated guess. My original intention was to destroy the enemy's base here myself, by considering the identity of the hostages. Seems unwise to proceed alone. The Titans could be in jeopardy, injured, or even brainwashed. This is a job for the JLA. Prepare yourselves. Beneath our feet are approximately 30 hostages. Many of them have great significance to us. Great personal significance. Location: Titans Island. Subcategory: Surface. Subjects identified: Justice League of America. Risk calculation: Extreme. System pulse analysis. Reinforcements needed. Action: Dispatch collection unit. Target: potential Titan allies. Another orb is launched, followed by several more. Deep below, Wally West starts searching, looking through every single captured Titan in a rapid speed. Changeling's right! Thick, cyborg, or Siberian, or whatever you want to call him, he's about the only Titan not here. And that's the best clue he's the one behind all this. But why would he want to miss his own party? Raven speaks up. It's not a party he is after, Wallace. After Changeling left him, would you guys please stop talking about me like I'm not even in the room? Look, I know what happened. I was there. I had been there for Vic all along. I never had a better friend. But he went through some crazy changes over his many years as a Titan. Not all of them good. I mean, all he ever wanted was to be more human, right? But you saw what happened. He just kept getting less and less over the years, until finally he just let himself get absorbed into the Technus, that cyber alien collective, all into exploring and cataloging stuff. They needed his soul, his humanity, I guess, and in exchange they gave him a new body and a new name. They called him Siberion, and maybe they kind of gave him a family too, one to replace the Titans, because that's what we were to him, you know? We were his family. But then the rest of Technus got destroyed in that battle with the Gordanians. That really messed him up. It even shook his thickness loose again. I thought I had my old friend back finally. But he decided he wanted to honor the Technus imperative. And he asked me to keep him company while he kept on exploring the universe. Sure enough, the further we got home, the weirder he got. Through it all, images of Cyborg's evolution starts. First, being mostly human but with cybernetic attachments. Then, mostly robotic. Then, a being of a construct of pure energy. And lastly, a giant planet. It's like he was taking this Technus thing too seriously. Now he's trying to repopulate a whole race, you know? Or trying to put his family back together. Does he realize he's sacrificing a planet to do it? Of course not! He doesn't mean to hurt anyone. This looks like some kind of energy center. You're saying you still think it's his consciousness, aren't you, Gar? You're saying we can still save his soul? Okay, rewind. All of us I get. Donna and Corey makes sense. But there are people here Vic's never met. What does someone like Johto mean to Vic? Sure, he was a Titan, but not when Vic... Again, Raven interrupts Wally as he examines. The Technus imperative was to reassemble itself should it ever be destroyed. Frightened by Victor's total embrace by technology, Garfield returned to Earth, and Cybertron began to collect space debris and rebuild Technus' world. After Garfield left him, so too did the alien Jarus minion, who was then with the new Titans. What you may not yet know is that Jarus was a sworn pacifist, made Victor a gift of his Omega Drome warsuit before he left. The Omega Drome allowed Victor to metamorphose the materials he was collecting, making a literal recollection of the Technus planet possible. In addition to the morphing powers we have seen him exhibit on here on Earth, as he lent more power to his assimilation program, he was forced to shut down the program which essentially guarded his humanity. Less human than ever before, and confused by lingering feelings of loneliness, the only command Victor came to understand was his Technus imperative about reassembling his family, now cross-circuited with the Titans. Probes he sent to Earth began collecting his old friends and eventually made their way to important files which included comprehensive Titans rosters. He has no ability to differentiate between Titans, simply a master order to collect them. So great is this confusion, he was sent out a probe to collect his younger self as Cyborg. Captures from these lists were placed in virtual reality tanks, such as the ones you have all occupied recently, as a way of striving to please you with his idea of your perfect fantasies. While building a stronghold on his former Earth home, this island, he proceeded to fuse his collected debris with our moon, still attempting to create a new Technus planet. It was all begun in innocence, you must believe that. I wish I could have done more. I had been attempting to soothe the distress in his soul. But finally abandoned him as well. I thought I must warn you of the danger. Wally looks at the tank containing Tempest. Raven's right. Would someone who wanted to hurt us put water in Garth's tank? He's obviously trying to keep us safe and comfortable. In a misguided, overly technical way. Clearly we have to help him. Agreed. But while we're figuring out how, I'm looking for a way out of here. Good. And Raven and I will go back to help release the others. Even the best virtual reality fantasies must be tiring by now. Activate radio broadband, scan through, searching for reports from Melbourne, Australia. The Melbourne invasion site is once again active. Evacuation orders for at least 30 seconds, but radio transmission difficulties in the area have officials concerned will be reached in varying time. And bet a little more. Get that for you, Miss Kane. Got your ball right here, Flamebird. Good hit, Bet. Flamebird's illusion. He now plays tennis, standing alongside the man of her dreams, Robin. Sorry to interrupt your game. Hello? Hello? I got the wrong girl. I'm telling you, I'm not a traitor! Can anyone hear me? Hello? Tara is trapped in a chamber, chains wrapping herself to a temple. Tara, I hear you. I know there's been a mistake. Grace Flooding now threatens to wipe out downtown Tokyo. Basic broadcast transmissions in the area have already been disabled. During rescue attempts have thoroughly complicated both land, sea, air. Thanks, Arthur, but every woman you have ever loved merges into one, whom you shall love to eternity. I call her Aqua Telephone. So sort of Tempest, ready to get back to reality? Am I? Through each world, through each illusion, Dick Grayson teleports with the aid of Raven. Each fantasy, sadly, he is forced to ruin. Forced to bring them back to the reality, for good and for bad. Though it hurts Dick Grayson, Dick is trying his best to help everybody, even though it hurts him too. Well, I certainly didn't fight them, Mal. Karen, I thought you liked my parents. I do, but why did you fight mine? Harold, Bumblebee, come please with me. But Nightwing is not the only one working as fast as he can to remove everybody from their own personal dreams. Raven, too, using her soul self, pulls everyone out. Though members of Justice League America were seen in Grand Panel within the past hour, presumably since the catastrophe, the current whereabouts of the heroes are unknown, causing speculation that this catastrophe is on a cosmic scale as opposed to merely planetary. Now that's interesting. Yeah, remember the Arizona mountains as being a little higher, don't you, Speed, my boy? Roy turns around, and there, alive, It's all for Green Arrow.
Ollie? Yeah, and I remember you being dead. What?
Ray Harper, you are needed elsewhere. A new earthquake threatens Northern Africa. Additionally, Star Labs Orbital 4 has managed to beam another photograph of so-called moon man back down to see it and to warn to keep their distance. Space stations within visible range will continue surveillance as long as Raven? Raven? A small creature roars. All Grandpa here wants is another lobotomy. This is my father wants more bacon. Understood, Batman. The Titans have great personal significance to me as well. What kind of rescue you're playing? Plan it fast. In 13 seconds, you've been out of contact. My global disaster count has been going off the charts, Oracle says, watching everything happen all at once. I honestly don't know how much more this plan can take. Additionally, I ID'd another capture probe. It's got more of those collector planet circulating the planet.
Copy, Oracle. Perhaps we've been recognized as a threat. Huntress, Steel, force field. High voltage protein and xenotech. Gotta hit it hard.
But not so hard we injure anybody down there.
Do you say you do a recut, Batman? How's you get past it?
That was yours, truly, Plastic Man says in answer, and I did it with an inch to spare. Less than an inch, actually. Maybe more like a high-tech volt protein xenoids. Big Bar steps forward. I will lend the power of my Mega Rod to this breach. Let us end this now.
Wait. I'm picking up mental patterns from the Flash. He's very nearby.
Superman begins to scan with his X-ray vision. Can you establish a link, John?
Flash, can you hear me?
He's right beneath us. Tell him to move back. Wally, in answer, begins to run and examine. 10-4, Manhunter, you're on, Superman!
Having spent time as an energy being recently, I can calculate over 19
a laser blast, as meanwhile Superman takes as high as he can, then flies straight down, unleashing a wave of... What? The Flash watches as everybody begins to land, surrounding him, joining up with the team. Hey, it's the cavalry! Glad you guys can make it. If you're looking for the Titans, they're all down there.
Is everyone safe? Why isn't Nightwing free yet?
He's in there voluntary, okay? We went back to help everyone else out. Relax, will ya? Well, Beast Boy says, stepping out to see the Justice League gather. The whole Justice League! You gave this for us? That's so cool! You okay, GL? I'm sorry you had to go through that, man. I know you were only a Titan for 15 minutes. Was this 5 minutes longer than my run? Maybe you can help us with Vic. He's... Hey, are you either of you listening to me?
Is it everyone, Aquaman? Aquaman?
Where's my baby? Where are we? Aquaman looks and sees his partner, who he has long been estranged with, coughing up, trying to catch his breath as he is unleashed for this nightmare. Last thing I remember was Elisa Silverstone. Hey, what are you poking at me for?
These children are fine. Insolent but fine. Let us return to matters at hand.
Meanwhile, Flash Man continues to look over machines.
What's that thing over there? So get a central power unit. If we're going to stable this thing would be toast.
So we wait until everyone's out of the holding units. A destruction to the central power source might jeopardize those who are still in captivity. My friends call it virtual reality. It's where I was raised. Where I was happy. Speeding through, looking at examining everything, along with Prism, is a young boy, Bart Allen, Impulse. Yeah, me too! Roxa! Impulse, Prism. Elsa, surrounded by JSA, is damaged.
How are you doing, son?
Jump over your old block. That's my boy. Damage. Also surrounded by family members is Kara. Supergirl, please come with me. I'm afraid that this isn't real. And back on Tamaran, Nightwing. Starfire continues to listen to the people talk to her. Mother, father, listen to me. I don't know how or why, but Corey? Dick appears before her as he smiles. You okay? Are you real? I'm real. I'm fine. It's good to see you again, Corey. It's good to see you too. Outside, Batman looks at the chamber containing Nightwing, his son. closest thing to a family he has, along with the other members. Somebody he cherished.
I assure you he was fine back then. Though there was another presence was he already aware.
A woman in a purple suit lands.
I noticed Catwoman 40 seconds ago, but thank you.
Shizuki okay, founders of the original Titans. Almost everyone now, just 2 left. Sitting all by herself, holding the son that she had lost, is Donna, trying her best to hold back every tear she has as she holds him close. Dick, he himself who has lost so much, is regretting having to do this. Donna, I'm so sorry. There was a car crash. Bobby didn't make it. This isn't real. Tearfully, Donna looks up, broken. I know. Okay, I think that's everybody, he says as he's getting out. Donna, are you alright?
Finally!
Orion says, preparing his energy shot.
Let this be ended!
As Orion and Bardo let loose the energy shots, the telepaths all begin to wince in pain. Holiness! Confusion! Pain! Stop! Beast Boy shouts before turning into a bird and flying in between Plastic Man.
Yo, got a live one here!
You crazy! You'll hurt him! Turning back into Beast Boy, he lands in front of the JLA, as if trying to appeal to the gods. Thick soul is in there! You can't just blast it to pieces! Superman! You knew Vic! We can't just...
I'm sorry, Changeling. I know he's your friend, but he's not alive anymore. At best, he's a program. If there were any way we could save him, we would. But there are people over there in nature all over the world. And right now, they're all counting on us to save them.
Superman naces the declaration. As much as it hurts him to say this, the man who believes in saving everyone realizes this is one person he can't. Elsewhere, other Titans look on, angry at their mentors, their family, as each one seems to be unable to help. Realizing that there's nothing more they can do.
Superman's right, Kyle Rayner says, taking flight. This guy isn't anyone's friend anymore. And it's up to us to stop him. Look what he's doing to the world. Look what he's doing to us.
You coming, Flash? Wally hears his request. And the only thing he can do, the only thing he can say, is nothing as he steps back to join his family. To join the original team he's always been with. The team that he's always acknowledged his home with. Not the JLA, but something more important. Vic isn't our enemy. He's a friend in trouble. He's practically family, and he needs our help. He needs the Titans. Adam tries to offer his side. I knew your Uncle Wally. He was a man who understood about putting the needs of the many above the needs of the few. Flash, you're a JLA. Come on now. I knew my uncle better than anyone here, Adam. He didn't let down family. Another earthquake rumbles. Another earthquake. Look at the kid.
Well, interesting. Your friend is taking control of the environment down here. We gotta sort things out first.
Each tank can only look at the JLA, trying to sell things. Beast Boy steps in. Don't you get it? He's reacting to your anger. Could he do that if you were just a giant program or something? Oracle can only hear, trying to listen to each one argument. Let me guess. You just made our moon fee sad again, didn't you? I got a nuclear reactor at St. Petersburg on imminent meltdown alert. This time I was able to chart a direct correlation between that thing getting mad and something going on the planet horribly wrong. If you try to hurt him again, I'll stop you. These words rocked the Titans and the JLA. Every single member of each group glares at each other, realizing that this is going to be a big battle. Orion steps forward.
I believe the Earth saying goes. You? And what army?
All the Titans and the JLA stand side by side, glaring at one another, looking down at each other, ready to unleash a rumble. As Beast Boy says, "This one!" Yes, I'm ending the issue there because I want to see you wait. I mean, granted, you could always watch the Lake Horror review, but you probably already have. Back in the Field era, back in this fic, although I have a feeling most of you, as soon as I said I was stopping the Technus Imperatives read, you guys decided, no, I'm out. I don't need to listen to the rest of Mike and story. Yeah, already got here at the best part, listening to the Technus Imperative. Rather listen to the comic book reads rather than this fic. But to those of you who have stayed, let's continue. So Robin is staying up all night after drinking a heavy coffee. And as he and Starfire listen, at that one point, Raven pops up, pointing out that yes, she has, in fact, given out little tiny bits of her spirit within her. Meanwhile, yeah, others all are busy being grumpy because they had to sleep on cold, hard floors. I'm pretty positive tatami mats were invented back then, as was hay, but I'm not gonna bother to check it all out. Mikan has no idea how Japanese culture works. I think we all know that Mikan has never studied an inch of Japanese. Meanwhile, Raven and Starfire, Starfire and Robin, after hearing the spirit tell them all that's going on and how to go use the time spell, they proceeded to go on a little shopping trip and have come back with plenty of herbs, medicines, and a free PSP. However, Kaede tells them that there's one teeny tiny little ingredient that they're missing. The hair of a very powerful demon. One that's unlike the common ones all around here. Darn it! And Kiranmaru's still on his boat. I'm on a boat! I'm on a boat! Ding! That's your one. You got one more left. Better use that Yasuhime guy carefully. So Kaede proceeds to tell him about this demon that she and Kikyo were proceeding to hunt down, look for, and sealed away a long time ago. Oh boy. Why can't some of these demons just stay sealed? And of course, the Titans, not being afraid, decide to head off into battle, as well as the ponies with all their magic. And of course, Discord. And meanwhile, the Dizzy Destin are left behind. Why are they here? Why didn't Mike just wipe them all out? They're useless! This is like, oh yeah, I've got my revenge on them. No, I do. And somehow, in some way, the shield is where Suyu lives. And you also says what we're all thinking. Why are we always winding up near that dame? That's what I want to know. Again, I'm hearing jackhammers outside of my house! They're being less subtle! Speaking of which, I really gotta take care of that. Meanwhile, Nobunaga's getting Erebus the lowdown on what's going on, and Erebus tells him to go on, go ahead, with the grace of angels, and may your asshole grow ever bigger. Meanwhile, with Team Inuyasha, again, this is why I say Inuyasha was Mikan's favorite part. And Mikan must have realized he really loved Inuyasha. Why? Because this has the cool parts. This has the demon hunting. This has the demon excavation. This
has an actual plot. This has an actual story. And this is where most of the good part of the plot happens. Nowhere else do we get this. So again, Micah may say he only did this just because it's Inuasa's show, but I like to point out, Inuasa is the one that gets the least insults. So the team unlocks the seal and proceeds to unlock the free DLC boss. You know, the ones that are uberly powerful and you have no chance to beat it unless you grind and grind and grind and grind and grind and grind and use the target to yellow, brother! Sorry, that had to be said. And of course, this demonic aura is so big, so powerful, and so strong, it lets everybody know. Surprisingly, not Naraku. Because Maiken realized again, he can't do anything with Naraku. Unless Naraku takes over. Because, again, apparently Naraku can manipulate Dark Aura just as much as the others can. And if he were to die, he would just merely get absorbed into the Dark Angel himself and find a way to manipulate things. And my kid knows this. This is why he had to have Naraku leave. I know, yeah, he can make up that BS excuse of, well, if he did, then there wouldn't be a villain. But things are going to get rewritten anyway, so who cares? And some of the people who die come back anyway. So congratulations. You're stuck. No matter what. And then that's when the demon appears. He has the body of a gorilla, 2 strong arms with sharp claws, and strong legs with hooves for feet. On top of his head was long, flowing white hair. So coarse it was like Neil. Wait. The body of a gorilla beast. 2 strong arms with sharp claws. Strong legs with hooves for feet. And long, flowing white hair. T-Rex, is that you? The demon lord loudly. Apparently he's an idiot for some odd reason, because I guess being sealed away for that long takes away your mind. That Mike really, really didn't think that it's not that real demons don't talk. It's one of the two. And thus do they fight! And they fight, 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 and they fight some more! And as the battle rages and Tsuyu almost gets killed, Summer shows up and they continue to fight and rumble, and blades are striking and slices are being happening and more attacks, and Jewel Shards gets flown around, and then the monster absorbs the Jewel Shards and turns into a giant behemoth. See you next time, where we proceed to discuss a giant battle with the JLA versus Titans. And maybe Mike's story. Maybe.